Right now at noon, we're learning more details about the homicide investigation in Madison, what officials say is the cause of death. And the family of the black man killed while in Minneapolis police custody is speaking out. We'll find out what they're saying.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. Another warm day out there. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Hattie McLean has a look at your first warm forecast.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, to look at the calendar, make sure it was still May because it feels kind of like August outside with this level of humidity. Live look from the WIC-TV Skycam showing you just some fair weather cumulus clouds popping up across the area right now. No rain imminent over the next couple of hours at least, but we still have a chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms to pop up as we go through the afternoon into the evening. Temperatures are warm. We're already at 81 here in Madison, 82 in Janesville. A little bit thicker cloud cover to the west, keeping temperatures just a couple of degrees cooler right now. Temps won't climb too much more. We'll be in the low 80s through the afternoon with high humidity. We are only going to drop back into the 60s tonight. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to time out those rain chances that we have over the next couple of days.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Hattie. We are learning new information about the homicide on Northport Drive. Madison police say an autopsy revealed 81-year-old Nang Thi Lee died from a blunt force trauma, not a gunshot wound as originally thought. Officers were called to the 1800 block of Northport Drive Friday night. Lee was taken to the hospital that night in critical condition. He died 3 days later. Madison police said the alleged killer is a 38-year-old man who lived in the same building as Lee. Officials will release the person's name once he's booked into the Dane County Jail. The Fitchburg Police Department says the area surrounding an apartment building just off Verona Road is now considered safe after finding what they call potentially hazardous materials. Officers were sent to the 2300 block of Chalet Gardens Road at about 5 o'clock last night after a family member requested a welfare check of a resident there. Police found the resident and took them into protective custody. While searching the apartment, officials found the potentially hazardous items. Other residents were evacuated. Police are still investigating. The family of a black man who died while in police custody in Minneapolis Monday night is calling for the officers involved to face criminal charges. Last night, peaceful protest turned violent. Jeff Pegues reports from Minneapolis.
This was the chaotic scene in downtown Minneapolis last night. Hundreds of protesters clashing with police over the death of George Floyd. Earlier in the evening, chants for justice rang out at the site where Floyd was killed.
I cannot breathe.
The protest followed Floyd's death on Monday night. A white police officer pressed his knee into Floyd's neck for more than 7 minutes as the 46-year-old pleaded for help with his hands cuffed behind his back before his body went still.
Oh my God. And they were doing what cops normally do these days. You know, just kill black folks.
Last night, we spoke to Rodney and Philonise Floyd, George's brothers, and Tara Brown, his cousin.
You don't believe when they say that he was resisting and that's what sort of got this chain of events started?
You have eyes, I have eyes. There's no need to believe what they say. You can see what you saw. And I saw, and the whole nation saw, the country saw, and every person, black person in America saw the same thing because it don't happen to nobody else.
Police claim Floyd was a suspect in a forgery case at a deli and that he had physically resisted officers. But new surveillance video obtained by CBS News from a restaurant nearby shows officers calmly detaining him. Attorney Benjamin Crump is representing Floyd's family.
He was handcuffed long before they took him to that car. And you can see his demeanor from the security video. They did not have to use this excessive lethal force.
This was clearly murder. We want to see them arrested. We want to see them charged. We want to see them convicted.
I see you wiping tears from your eyes. What's running through your mind right now when you're, just going through this?
Just thinking, just how amazing my brother was. He never did anything to nobody. Everybody loved my brother.
A team of federal and state investigators and prosecutors will be looking into this case to determine whether it justifies criminal prosecution. Jeff Pegues, CBS News, Minneapolis.
The 4 officers involved in the incident have been fired. The Minneapolis training manual says neck restraints are only allowed when a suspect is actively resisting officers, and it's only allowed as a non-deadly hold if it does not block the suspect's airway. We have now reached over 16,000 positive coronavirus cases in Wisconsin. Right now, 16,082 cases, including 520 deaths. There have been 25 new cases in Dane County, including 1 death. That's the biggest increase since March. 59% of those who had coronavirus in the state have recovered. The number of people who've died from coronavirus in the U.S. hit the 99,000 mark today. But a new model, often cited by the White House, has lowered its death projections. University of Washington researchers now say 11,000 fewer Americans will die by August. That projection is down to 132,000. Still, 27 states, including Wisconsin, reported increases in new coronavirus cases yesterday compared to 2 weeks ago. New CDC guidelines warn COVID-19 antibody tests are wrong nearly half the time and should not be used to determine if someone is immune to the virus. A politically divided Wisconsin Elections Commission will consider for the second time in a week whether to mail absentee ballot application forms to 2.7 million registered voters in the battleground state ahead of the November presidential election. The panel split 3-3 along partisan lines last week on whether to mail the forms to nearly all registered voters, even if they have not requested one. Democrats were in favor, while Republicans were opposed. Ho Chunk Gaming in Madison is now open. The casino will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Its website says you must be an active Ho Chunk Gaming Rewards Club member and a Wisconsin resident. Those entering the casino will have their temperature checked, must wear a face mask, and must practice social distancing. And Kalahari Resort in the Dells is now open. A spokesperson said they want to offer a safe place for families to focus on fun instead of worry. The resort has been closed since March because of the pandemic. Guests can get 20% off if they book before June 6th. Mount Olympus reopened earlier this month with limited capacity. President Trump is accusing social media platforms of silencing conservative voices, and he is threatening to take action. In a tweet this morning, he wrote, "We will strongly regulate or close them down before we can ever allow this to happen." This follows Twitter's decision Tuesday to flag the president's tweets with a fact-check label for the first time. Twitter directed users to information debunking the president's claims about mail-in voting. In a statement, the company said the president's messages contain potentially misleading information about voting processes and have been labeled to provide additional context. The president has also been using Twitter to promote a conspiracy theory, accusing cable news host and former Congressman Joe Scarborough of killing a former staff member. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next. We'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Get ready to pucker up, because while we're not having a kissing contest, we do have something that's lip-smacking good.
Let the design team at Waunakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
The time is right to do something nice for your home. Why not replace your gutters with LeafGuard, the only gutter system that has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more clogs, guaranteed. LeafGuard carries a lifetime warranty, so your home's foundation will be protected forever, and our customers couldn't be happier.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
And right now, save big on your new LeafGuard brand gutter system and get some incredible extras. Order now and get free installation labor, free financing for 12 months, and call before this program is over and get a $100 Visa gift card with your new LeafGuard gutter system. Call now to schedule your free estimate.
The way you get through hard times is to hold strong to your values. At Group Health Cooperative, our common values have sustained us for over 4 decades. Now is no different. We are here in our clinics, but we want you to be safer at home. That's why GHC has more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
We're on a mission to deliver more brands, more selection, and more savings on more appliances. See for yourself at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Waunakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Have you ever noticed that every season, there's usually one flavor that we just can't get enough of? Remember last fall? We were pumpkin crazy. And around the holidays, it was peppermint this or peppermint that. And now, as we're entering the summer, our taste buds are craving anything lemon. And that could be anything from a lemon frappuccino to a lemon vinaigrette on our salads. So to keep our taste buds happy, you gotta try this. We start by beating together some butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy. To that, we add a good amount of eggs, along with some lemon extract. Once it's creamy, we add our basic dry ingredients. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna alternate it with some milk. When the batter is smooth, we add in some poppy seeds and some lemon zest. This goes into a bun pan that we sprayed and floured, and into the oven it goes until it passes the toothpick test. After it cools, we sprinkle it with some powdered sugar, and it's ready to brighten your day. Between the fresh aroma throughout the house and your first forkful, it's lemony bliss. So don't wait another minute. Head over to our website and type in lemon poppy seed pound cake so you can enjoy all the lemony goodness. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a summery fresh way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Big enough piece there?
There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, another humid day, and we could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Meteorologist Hattie McLean will tell us when. That's ahead in your First Warn forecast.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
Take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. This Mother's Day, get up to 50% off the normal retail price, plus get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Hi, folks. Thursday
morning, Hattie's tracking the potential of a lot of rain ahead of a big cool down this weekend.
And we'll be tracking the latest updates to unemployment numbers and how you can help those who are out of work.
We'll see you starting at 4:30.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared
when severe weather is on the way
and your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 254 points. The NASDAQ down 70. The S&P 500 up 8.5. Farm Director Pam Jahnke is here today with your farm news. Hi, Pam.
Well, as long as the weather cooperates, our Wisconsin farmers are taking advantage of it. The Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service says as of Sunday, fully 90% of our Wisconsin corn crops already in the ground. That's 12 days ahead of our 5-year average. Of the corn that's been planted, 45% is through the soil surface, and already 75% of the corn crops rated good to excellent. We've got more than 70% of our Wisconsin soybeans planted, about 90% of our potatoes in the ground, and the winter wheat still looks very good to excellent as far as farmer ratings are concerned. Well, we're all kind of waiting to hear the final decision from the Wisconsin State Fair. Will we or won't we have a 2020 Wisconsin State Fair coming up this August? Last week, Friday, the Minnesota State Fair canceled their 2020 event, and now we expect that fair officials are going to make a final decision by the end of this week. There's a lot of nonprofit groups that are very dependent on different activities and auctions that are going on during the Wisconsin State Fair. That includes the Wisconsin 4-H Foundation. Brenda Scheider, Executive Director of the Wisconsin 4-H Foundation, told me yesterday that the one Governor's Blue Ribbon Meat Products auction they host at the Wisconsin State Fair is responsible for at least 30% of their funding for an entire calendar year. Last year, during the event, they brought in more than $100,000 in bids and activities for some of the finest meat products produced by our butchers across the state of Wisconsin. She said it would be very difficult to fill that funding void if the Wisconsin State Fair does not go forward. But again, we're waiting to see if they're going to have a final decision on that by the end of the week. The Wisconsin State Fair Board sent out 2 different press releases yesterday, basically saying that it's now in the hands of the board chair to make that final decision. Of course, I'll keep you posted, as always, at MidwestFarmReport.com, Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook or on Twitter. That's your quick food news update for Wednesday. I'm Pam Jahnke. Be safe.
You too, Pam. Thank you. Here's Hattie now with a check of the forecast and some rain coming our way.
Mark, we're still talking rain. I feel like it's been raining almost every day. Here is the 24-hour precipitation from yesterday through about the lunch hour to now. You can see how widely scattered the rain showers were, but some of them were a little heavy at times. Just south of Madison, radar estimating that around an inch of rain fell with that shower that moved through there. But east of Madison, really staying dry yesterday. And we're on a dry note right now as well. We've been dry all morning. Nothing showing up on the radar map anywhere close to us right now. So that is the good news. We'll get at least a couple of hours of dry weather. Cold front to our north and west. That'll be the focus for some rain potential as we go through Thursday. But as far as severe weather is concerned, it's looking to remain relatively quiet. You may hear rumbles of thunder, but we're not expecting any severe weather for southern Wisconsin today. Here's that cold front on the map. It really hasn't moved very far over the last couple of days. It will start to push eastward, though, later on today into tonight. So that'll bring chances for rain back into southern Wisconsin. Right now, we have a southerly flow. You can see those clouds moving up from the south. Little bit of moisture showing up on the radar map across Iowa and central Illinois, but it looks like we have at least a couple of dry hours left here across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures should climb a couple of degrees yet into the low 80s in most spots. Chances for rain then start to increase later on this evening into tonight, especially south and west of Madison. Once that front begins to start to move to the east, we'll start to see a line of showers and thunderstorms develop. That front is going to be a rather slow-moving feature, so we keep the rain chances in the forecast Thursday morning and even into Thursday evening. This system is going to move through very slowly, and with the slow movement, expect some potentially heavy rain totals with any of those showers or thunderstorms that do develop. You're seeing anywhere from a ½ inch to maybe an inch. Some amounts could be higher in the 1.5 to 2 inch range by the time we get to late in the day on Thursday. Here's a closer look at southern Wisconsin. we are warm right now. No rain in the area just yet. 81 here in Madison, 82 in Watertown and Janesville, 80 even in Boscobel, and 79 in Prairie du Chien. Again, it's very humid. Our dew points are in the mid-60s for the most part. Not expecting any drop in the humidity over the next 12 hours. You can see this line nearly steady in the mid-60s, so it's going to stay pretty sticky through the afternoon. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We do have better conditions, though, on the way for the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures will top only in the low 70s tomorrow, but then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're looking at highs in the upper 60s with sunshine and lower humidity. So much more comfortable conditions settling in for the upcoming weekend. Mark, I thought we'd take a look at Cape Canaveral, the big shuttle launch later on today. The weather is not looking good. You can see that just east from Orlando, all points to the east, we have scattered thunderstorm activity, and that will likely continue for the next couple of hours. Here's the future track forecast model. Again, moving it forward a couple of hours doesn't change the weather scenario too much, so they may have to delay that launch until this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday is the next launch date.
Well, hopefully they can get some better weather then.
Yeah. Well, regardless of that, the countdown is on for the historic launch. The latest from the Kennedy Space Center after a short break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
We know you're worried about keeping your family healthy right now. We're all craving sunnier skies and warmer temperatures. But as we move into spring, you should know our First Warn Weather Team is preparing to keep your family safe during severe weather season. We're ready, armed with the latest First Warn technology and an experienced team of meteorologists. So focus on your family. Your First Warn team has the weather covered, on air, online, and on your phone.
Trust the weather leaders. The First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now and Channel 3000.
Well, as Hattie mentioned, for now, the weather is 60% favorable for the start of a new chapter in space exploration. The Space Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled for liftoff this afternoon at 3:33. It'll be the first time a private company launches astronauts into orbit. Skylar Henry is at the Kennedy Space Center for the historic launch.
SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket stands on launch pad 39A in the countdown to liftoff.
This is a unique opportunity to bring all of America together in one moment in time and say, look at how bright the future is.
If the weather cooperates, today will mark the first time NASA astronauts launch from U.S. soil in nearly a decade. Astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken will man the Crew Dragon spaceship, accelerating to 17,000 miles per hour on a rendezvous with the International Space Station. 24 hours after liftoff, they'll be greeted by colleague Chris Cassidy on the ISS.
SpaceX is the first private company to send American astronauts into orbit, and CEO Elon Musk feels the weight of that responsibility.
It weighs very heavily. That's really all I can think about right now. I really kind of have to mentally block it, because otherwise it would be emotionally impossible to deal with.
NASA says this flight will open the door to America's return to the moon and beyond.
All of this ultimately is for a purpose, and that is to get to Mars.
Hurley flew the final shuttle mission in 2011 and has spent years training on the new technology.
They called it a flying iPhone in terms of just the technology that's going up there. We've seen the Tesla cars. Is it a big old iPad in there that's working out in there? How's it all working?
It is kind of like a Tesla car in the sense that most of the controls for the crew inside the cockpit are all touchscreens. We do have a few hardware buttons and switches for very, very critical things, but almost everything is controlled by touch and screen. That's even how you fly it.
For nearly a decade, American astronauts have had to hitch rides on Russian rockets. Now that a private company is handling transportation, NASA says it can focus on the science of space exploration. Skylar Henry, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
And President Trump heads to the Kennedy Space Center this afternoon for a tour of the crew quarters and to watch the launch. Again, it's 3:33 our time. CBS coverage begins at 3:15. Let's head over to the Weather Center now. Hattie, one last look at the forecast.
Well, our forecast is looking decidedly summer-like today. We have partly sunny skies right now here in Madison. A little bit more cloud cover to the west. A few showers trying to develop across Iowa County right now. Those showers are definitely a possibility as we go through the afternoon into the evening hours. It's going to be hit or miss today. Rain becoming more likely, though, as we head into Thursday, especially through the midday hours on Thursday with that cold front moving through the area. Rain chances then diminish Thursday night, and we stay dry on Friday. It'll be another warm and humid one today with high temperatures in the low 80s. We'll stay mild and muggy tonight. Here's your extended forecast. One more humid day on Thursday, then at least a few days break from the heat and humidity as we head through Friday and the upcoming weekend. Temperatures are forecast to heat back up, though, next week. We're into the 80s again on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Hattie. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.